Thank you so much, Producer Brandon. This is Chase Clanton on behalf of Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. And today, yes, Brandon, we are talking with Sylvia Pinson, the Drug Rescue Grant Project Manager, again, with Drug Rescue, shining the light on drugs. Sylvia, I was reading a little bit about the organization and Bill Holland's story and what you guys do this morning before the show, and I was deeply moved.
So did you went to high school with him, correct?
I did. I think he was a class under me.
Okay. Well, Miss Bonnie Katie, his grandmother, after Bill passed away, it'll be 4 years with fentanyl.
Yeah.
He died from fentanyl overdose.
Yeah.
She and her family put together the Drug Rescue. And in that mission, this whole grant program that we applied for through the Bedford County Opioid Abatement money last year, we based our program or our grant needs off of her to heal, to empower knowledge, and also to heal.
Right, yeah. Educating, empowering, and healing is what Drug Rescue is all about. And you guys did a lot of great work with the grant that you got last year with the Bedford County Opioid Council. So tell me a little bit about that grant and what you did with it.
Okay. The county mayor, when the abatement money came in, gave it to Frida Flack, the community center, and her team has the committee. So we applied through that. We received $25,000 for the year of 24-25, which is 1 year. So shining the light on the bark, the first thing that we did, this program is designed to help the inmates who are going through the MRT program.
Okay.
And MRT means moral reconation therapy.
Okay.
Lieutenant Cook in April of 22 started teaching this program. And this is where I connected with him and how I got involved in this program. So with Bonnie's program, or Drug Rescue, we looked at it and applied for funding to help the inmates through their graduation, through their transitioning to housing, plus to help their families, mostly children. So this money follows them through their graduation, the inmate graduation, if they go to transition houses, or if they get out and go home.
Wow.
But the initiative was for the children. So the first year, we did a big kickoff, shining the light on drugs.
Right. And
it was June of 24. And we had special guests. We had 13 children in attendance. We had Life Source, Family Counseling, Community Clinic. We had the Center for Family Development. And you can see the local partnership it takes with these grants to score grants. The more nonprofits, more partnership, you bring in the whole community to provide services.
The better, yeah.
And also, Sheriff Austin came, and Chief Deputy Nikia, and Lieutenant Cook, Miss Bonnie, myself, and I'm the project manager on the grant.
Okay.
And Miss Bonnie is the person in charge of the grant. And then we have Benita Caldwell with the Shelbyville, or the Center for Family Development. So, some of our initiatives was this. First of all, initiative was to educate the general public.
Okay.
So we did that in a couple of ways. We did the 9:30-second PSA spot announcement with you guys.
Yeah, we aired those, yeah.
And that was reaching to, and she would write what was the stats on the drugs, what was happening. Plus, we did the local talk show.
Right.
And we brought in about 7 different agencies to talk about it. Now, 56 residents were served for this 6 months.
Okay.
18 women and men graduates. Now I want to take you through a formal graduates of the inmate. The Moral Reconation Program is a 12 to 14 base cognates program. The only thing that Lieutenant does, he interviews the inmate to come into the program, and he promises one word: hope.
Hope. Okay.
But the rest of the time, this program, they are reading, they are studying, they're putting their own mind. Because basically, statistically, we have found why people really get into drug addiction due to trauma.
Trauma. Not surprised. Not surprised.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And trauma leads into this, and then the drug, and then they get hooked, and then they have to have the drug. Then they start into illegal things, and they get arrested.
Right, and it becomes a really toxic cycle. I was reading on Drug Rescue's website before the program, and I saw many different reasons why people use drugs, and they're seeking an escape or to feel grown up, or many different things. And trauma can lead you to cope in unhealthy ways.
There you go.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, once that with this program, Lieutenant Cook puts all of the candidates and all of the graduates in one pod. There'll be a female pod and a male pod. He does program two nights a week for women and 2 nights a week for the men. So we have, since 22, we've had over 200 graduates, men and women. Now, graduation is a formal graduation.
Okay.
The Shelbyville Pentecostal Church has partnered with us to let us use their congregation for the formal graduation. Usually the sheriff is there, and each candidate each inmate graduating has to do a small talk of gratitude to the family.
Wow.
And so, but John Carney has been going in. You know who John Carney is? Used to do local paper.
Yeah.
He's been teaching journalism.
Very good. Okay.
And so when they are to do their speech, he will proof it for them. And we have seen an education process to that as graduation. They're given a certificate and a coin of completion. Now, most of the inmates have not finished high school or had any form of graduation.
Wow.
So
this is a special ceremony for them.
This is a special ceremony.
Very special,
And so then afterwards, Lieutenant Cook, the inmates plan a party for the children and family.
Okay.
Now, that's where I come in. That's where I use my expertise of the Parks and Rec world that I spent 41 years in.
Wow.
I go in. They theme the party. I take the party theme and prepare decorations. Anything they request, I try to put in the box to send back in.
Sure.
But I'm surprised when I get there when the decoration is done.
Wow, really?
So what I found with that, I'm trying to work through what I'm doing with them to help them plan things for their new life. For their children and for a new life for the family.
So is this kind of like a reunification type of thing between the children and the...
Correct.
Okay.
Most of the children have not touched, and they've spoke to them on the phone. They're allowed to talk to them.
Great.
But they have not seen or touched their father or mother, their loved one. And usually we have a good participation. Now, we have 13 inmates in this fall, in this first half, children. Now, we did the picnic. We also look at their needs. We provide help with the system of rent if the caregiver needs care. If the children at Christmas time, we did a coat. Also, with all the different partnerships we have, we provide food, anything. The community clinic with our inmates have been having so many patients to fix teeth.
Right.
Because teeth is a very, very health problem.
Okay.
And if you have been in the world of addiction, proper care of teeth.
Yeah.
So, but with her grant money, she was able to partner with us, and we're doing that.
Yeah, so Drug Rescue partners with several other organizations in our community.
I have a list here that you wouldn't believe, because we're all working together to make a better citizen leaving our jail
sure.
when they go.
Yeah, the jail isn't just the jail isn't about punishment necessarily. It's about taking care of the people that have found themselves in that situation. And this is a great way that you're helping them grow out of whatever led them to that, and making them happier, healthier, more productive citizens of Bedford County.
But let me put my commission hat on for a few minutes.
Okay, let's change hats.
We want them to become a productive citizen to pay on the tax roll versus be on the tax roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Become productive instead of just
right, and make a better world.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Them. So.
Yeah, and that'll contribute to them personally.
Also, with the caregivers, they're home taking care of the children, and the dynamics there is tough.
Sure.
You know, we've got a lady that's got 4 children, grandchildren, and she's my age.
Okay.
And trying to provide for them, and so they're in the program with this.
Wow.
Now, when an inmate comes out, when I first went in to meet the ladies for the first time, I was able to communicate with them as who I was. And I pointed out several things. I had not been in major trauma myself.
Sure.
But I had gone through a divorce, and I had 2 teenage kids. Mm-hmm. So I was able to share a little bit from there. But at the same time, I eventually made a comment that, hey, I'm out in the community of Bedford County.
Right.
I am a community connector. If I could help in any way, just let Lieutenant Cook know. One of the female inmates said to me and the group, the first meeting when I met them in April of 22, Miss Sylvia, when we get out, we have nothing.
Oh, man.
Well, from my programmatic mind, I saw a suitcase of new beginnings.
There you go.
But since that time, I call it the angel bags. Is it Alabama that angels all around you?
Oh, yeah, Angels Among Us, Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah.
That song at church, David Pittner was singing, I thought, the new angel bags. So those bags are for released inmates.
Right.
And that's new shoes, new underwear, new outfit to walk out, socks, toiletries. And if it's weathered, I tried to have a coat or a hat or something.
They sound like basic needs, but they're really, really essential.
Yes. So 19 Angels bags went out the first 6 months. Now, let me point out as I talk, because you go through the MRT program, that doesn't dismiss you from jail. If you've got another year, you're still incarcerated.
Okay.
But it gives you a path to incorporate other programs.
Okay.
And the programs now for the women are 16. A garden that they're planning. Last year was successful. Now they have bees they're working with.
Wow.
And flowers and garden clubs. The community is beginning to embrace Bedford County Jail programs.
That's fantastic. Well, Sylvia, I tell you what, let's take a short 90-second break, Brandon, and we'll be right back with more information and insight on drug rescue.
Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at kincaidservice.com.
United Communications builds connections you can rely on. Whether it's fast internet for your home or business, our fiber network is designed for your community. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from real people. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
Thank you, Producer Brandon. This is Chase Clanton again on behalf of Hopkins Farms Broadcasting, and I'm joined today by Miss Sylvia Pinson, the Drug Rescue Grant Project Manager, and talking about all the different things in great detail and also from a bird's eye view of what drug rescue does, what their values are, and, you know, boots on the ground experiences as to what they're doing. And one thing that I think drug rescue emphasizes, and we can talk about this a little bit more, is how they're trying to change the stigma of incarceration.
Correct. And that's a universal theme. You know, our governor's been doing this for quite a extended
Governor
time.
Lee.
Governor Lee. So, but we, with this program, with the different programs we're now offering, we now have over 200 Bedford County community volunteers coming in the jail to bring programs into the jail to help with the education process. And changing, because you've done the crime, doesn't mean you have to pay the time. Yes, you have to pay the time.
Yeah.
But while you're incarcerated, we're giving you some educational process of learning.
Right.
And developing, my new thing with this is help the inmate have a career path thinking when they come out of incarceration.
Right.
Because to come out and get a job and housing and transportation, that's tough.
Yeah, especially, because sometimes you're coming out with nothing.
You're coming out with nothing. And then to get back, and most of the inmates want to see their families. Well, the family only knew, especially the children, only knew them as in drugs.
Yeah, as the situation that got them there.
That got them there. So the amends, and it takes the children a while. So we're trying to educate them through drug rescue and the programs and activities we do to help them to understand what mom and dad is trying to do while they're incarcerated.
Sure. And so that helps change by educating them and also empowering those that are incarcerated. That's what's helping change the stigma, is you're letting them know, like, they're not just in jail. we're helping them. And as you're helping them, I'm sure you're sharing information like with the children and their loved ones. Hey, this is how they're doing.
Yes.
If you can. Okay.
Yes. At their graduation, like I said, the inmates do plan a party for their children, and they get to spend about an hour and a half of renewal back. And the last graduation class we had a 3-year-old child. He could see his dad the whole time during graduation. I want my dad. You could just feel the room, but he couldn't break to go to him. But when downstairs, that child was in his arms the whole time.
I bet.
So that's what we're trying to do. And the stigma, the community, we're trying to stay, because in Tennessee, after 3 years, they come out into the community. And the big question to the community, what are you doing to help them to become good citizens again?
Right. Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do through this grant.
Right.
Them.
Yeah, so that's excellent. And again, Drug Rescue as a whole is an organization that does everything you're saying, and they work to educate, empower, and heal, because we talked about trauma earlier, and that's a lot of what leads to this even happening.
Yes.
So.
And of course, I will tell you, at the end of June 30th, we've already applied for some more money to continue the process of this. Again, to empower and help the inmate get back out into the community along with the children. There's a lot of needs and lots of learning, because we've got someone always coming into the jail and wanting to do something for the jail. And Lieutenant says, come on.
Oh, yeah.
He never turns down anyone. And the success of his vision and Ronnie Prince and the sheriff saying, let's do this.
Yeah.
Bedford is ahead of the game. People are calling across the state, what's the success of this program?
Yeah, probably wanting to learn how you do it.
Well, the thing about it is, as Lieutenant Cook, I don't think they can do it like we can. It's not the point. You can set an example.
Right, yes.
You set that example, that environment, and then it's up to any county to do their own. Fortunately, we've had very success of the leadership and working and getting us where we are today. And this reaches out to our county commission. It also reaches out to Pat Morris and all the way up to the governor.
Wow.
So we've had some real good successes of some of our ladies.
That's excellent. So you had great success with the previous grant, and you're applying for another one.
Yes.
And I wish you the best of luck with that and blessings. Is there anything else you want to mention about Drug Rescue before we go off the air, or maybe the future grant?
Drug Rescue on the Bedford County Opioid is just one of the nonprofits. You had Life Source, that's your mental health component of this.
We've talked with them as well.
Also, the EMS was able to receive some money to help with addiction, because once they come into the ambulance, we're trying to keep them alive.
Yeah, I
know. So there's 4 major keys here to complete. But we're excited, and here's some of the partnerships. Community Clinic of Shelbyville, Bedford County.
Right, mention them.
Bird Street Church of Christ.
Okay.
Close Our Kids. First Methodist Church on the Square. Gateway Church. Center for Family Development. Shelbyville Moose Lodge. Shelbyville Soup Kitchen. Shallow Outreach. Life Source, and Shelbyville Pentecostal Church.
Wow, you have lots of organizations
and
helping.
that's the success. The community, nonprofits, churches have gone around and embraced Bedford County to make a better Bedford for inmates who are coming out into our society.
Right, as they should. You know, we should be serving the people in need in our county, and that doesn't always just look like helping someone that's, say, economically disadvantaged.
Correct.
It could be this as well. Someone that's made a poor choice, got in a tough situation, and you're helping, again, educate, empower, and heal them to grow. And Sylvia, this is kind of like therapy. You know, a therapist can guide you, but the person receiving the therapy has to be the one to facilitate the change.
To change the mindset.
Right. But the fact that we're providing these services in Bedford County with fantastic local organizations, and how the county and city comes together, or organizations within Bedford County here to make it happen, is really a beautiful thing.
Well, the biggest thing I do for the jail is I'm a community connector.
Okay.
I've been a Parks and Rec director here. I knew the community, and a lot of the resources that I had, I was able to help Lieutenant Cook and the jail with resources. And I still do that. I'm always saying, hey, Lieutenant, we need to bring this person in. Hey, I was in Nashville. I spoke here. You need to meet Lieutenant Cook.
Great
so
network.
I'm connecting some of the state programs with us locally, and it is building success. But with innovative programs, drives people. People drive revenues.
Yeah.
Revenues drive community.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was the secret formula that I drove for 41 years in the Parks and Rec.
Absolutely.
And it's working here with this program.
That's fantastic. Well, Sylvia, thank you so much for coming today and educating people on, you know, exactly what drug rescue does in our local community and its purpose. And sorry that Bonnie couldn't be here today, but Bonnie, we certainly appreciate everything you do as well.
Oh my gosh, I wish I had the energy of her age.
Yeah.
She is powerful in her mission.
Yeah.
When you lose a grandson that was had been a addiction and had gotten better, came home, went out with the guys, and guess what? It was fentanyl enlaced, and it got him.
It finally got him, and
Yeah.
that's why you do what you do.
That's exactly.
And we're happy that we could give you a platform today.
Thank you. We appreciate you being part of our grant initiative.
Absolutely. Well, anything we can do to help Miss Sylvia.
Bet. You're in the grant for next year.
Absolutely. Well, Sylvia, again, thank you so much for stopping in to talk with us today. We've been talking with Sylvia Pinson, the Drug Rescue Grant Project Manager with Drug Rescue, as they educate, empower, and heal. And until next time, we'll see you then.
United Communications builds connections you can rely on. Whether it's fast internet for your home or your business, our fiber network is designed for your community. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from real people. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool, and triple-stranded pocketed coils give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company. 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station. 931-684-5662.